Suburban ecological farm. The cicadas buzz in the summer heat while the sun scorches the earth so intensely it almost appears to make the grass and trees smolder. You stand against a small courtyard wall, using a large banana leaf to shield your head from the sunlight. Next to the courtyard wall, there is an old pomegranate tree, its branches large and full. Artem sets up a wooden ladder and plucks a few fruits from between the thick green leaves.
달다, 안 달다. 달다, 안 달다. 이 방법이 정말 효과가 있을까요?
After repeating the mantra that you taught him a few times, Artem can't help but peek out from under the shade of the tree, his eyes full of doubt. You stand on tiptoe to look, but still can't tell which pomegranate is sweet or sour. You just have to keep trusting science. It works. They say that metaphysics is also a kind of science, and maybe it's all about having a sincere heart.
내가 보기엔 더 과학적인 방법은 여기 석류를 전부 따는 거예요. 지금 다 못 먹어도 가져가서 먹으면 되니까요.
Okay, that works too.
자, 가위 좀 건네줄래요?
You hand him the scissors and raise the bamboo basket above your head. You feel the basket grow heavier as the weight of pomegranates drops in, one after another. It's the hottest time of the year, so you and Artem have taken a vacation to an eco farm in the suburbs to escape the heat. Artem said he'd been here before and chose this courtyard with pomegranate trees because he knew it well. After you gazed longingly at the treetop, this moment unfolded. Your excitement rises, and unable to help yourself, you quickly reach into the basket to take one for a taste. It doesn't look very sweet. Looks like the metaphysics didn't work. Maybe they aren't ripe because it's not the season yet.
쉿. 석류나무 앞에서 열매를 흉보면 안 돼요. 석류 정령이 화낼지도 몰라요.
What pomegranate celestial? Artem has already put the ladder away. He smiles and explains as he gently leads you under the shade of the tree.
내가 어렸을 때 들었던 이야기예요. 석류나무 아래에는 석류 정령이 산대요. 꽃잎 같은 입술에 붉은 눈을 가진 정령이 열매를 더 달게 해준다고 해요.
Red eyes and a petal-shaped mouth. Isn't that a rabbit? Strange noises coming from a corner of the wall catch your attention. After a series of rustles, the grass parts and a pair of long white ears pop out. Artem, behind you! Is that the legendary pomegranate celestial?
내 뒤에요?
Artem turns his head in surprise, locking eyes with the bewildered white rabbit crouching in the corner. You and the rabbit lock eyes briefly. Its long ear twitch before it scurries through a small hole by the wall, just as you hear the farm staff calling from outside the courtyard.
드디어 잡았네.
You and Artem exchange puzzled glances. Not long after, there's a gentle knock at the courtyard door. Opening the door, you see a staff member in uniform holding a rabbit cage. They apologize profusely.
정말 죄송합니다. 저희가 제대로 관리하지 못해서 토끼들이 탈출한 것 같아요.
It's okay. The timing of their escape was a little too perfect. The rabbit's appearance had coincidence with Artem's story about the pomegranate celestial, startling you for a moment. Did that rabbit run out of the interactive zone? The interactive zone is one of the farm's signature attractions, featuring animals like rabbits and squirrels for guests to feed and interact with up close. You and Artem had planned to visit the interactive zone before coming here.
아니요. 다른 곳에서 막 데려온 토끼라서 정보 등록을 한 다음에 체험구역에 들여놓을 예정이에요. 근데 요즘 농장 일손이 부족해서 돌볼 사람이 없네요. 며칠 뒤면 초등학교에서 농장 견학도 올 텐데 그 전에 정리할 수 있으면 좋겠네요.
초등학생들이 여름방학 실습하러 오는 건가요?
네, 학생들 맞이하려고 동물들을 많이 데려왔는데 결국엔... 아휴...
The staff member sighs deeply with a troubled expression. The sentiment rubs off on Artem, who frowns in response. You weigh your original itinerary in your mind before tentatively asking the staff. How do you record the information? Maybe we can help.
매일 시간을 내서 토끼들의 사진을 찍고 기본적인 데이터를 기록해야 해요. 두 분의 여행에 방해가 되는 건 아닐까 걱정이 되네요.
Artem glances at you questioningly. You smile and flash him an okay gesture.
괜찮아요. 저희 여기 며칠 동안 있을 거라 시간은 충분해요. 그리고 원래 체험 구역에서 토끼를 관찰할 계획이었어요. 오늘 토끼들을 다 데려가시면 내일 저희가 가서 도와드릴게요.
다행이네요. 감사합니다, 두 분.
The staff member clutches the keys, their tense expression relaxing.
조금 있다가 동료가 장비를 가져오면 절차를 자세히 안내해드릴게요.
Okay. The staff, eager to catch the other rabbits, agrees to reconvene in the evening to hand over the equipment and explain the information registration procedure. After thanking you repeatedly, he leaves. After the rabbit commotion subsides, the courtyard grows quiet. You close the door and turn back to see Artem standing motionless, lost in thought. You wave your hand in front of him. What are you thinking about?
아무것도 아니에요. 갑자기 예전에 여름방학 실습 때 일이 떠올라서요.
Artem hesitates for a moment, then leans in close to whisper in your ear.
그때 내가 관찰 대상으로 고른 게 바로 토끼였거든요.
When was that?
아마 2학년 여름방학이었던 것 같아요. 그해 여름이 유난히 더웠던 게 기억나요.
Clearing away the thin willow branches in your path, Artem takes your hand and guides you through the shade in the house, into the house.
낮에는 햇볕 아래에서 작은 동물들을 관찰하고 밤에는 이 뜰에서 더위를 식히면서 농장 할아버지께 이야기를 들었어요. 아까 그 석류 정령 이야기도 그 어르신께 들은 거예요.
Tell me some of the other fun stories you heard back then tonight. You smile as you pull him along into the cool room, awaiting the arrival of the summer evening. Farm B&B.
옛날 옛적에 푸른 풀밭으로 뒤덮인 산이 있었는데 산 아래에는 토끼 한 무리가 살고 산 위에는 신선이 살고 있었어요.
As the night cools, you and Artem sit on the rooftop terrace on wicker chairs, each holding a glass of iced pomegranate tea. The distant horizon sparkles with the Milky Way. The stars listen intently to Artem's storytelling, just like you.
토끼들이 신선에게 소원을 빌면 뭐든지 이룰 수 있다는 말을 듣고 무리를 지어 산을 올라 온갖 고생 끝에 마침내 신선을 찾아냈다고 해요. 신선이 모든 토끼들의 소원을 들어줬는데 그중 한 마리는 한참을 고민해도 자기가 뭘 원하는지도 모르겠다는 거예요. 늙은 신선이 토끼에게 누군가의 소원은 산을 내려가는 길에 숨겨져 있으니 내려가서 찾아보고 다시 나를 찾아오렴. 이렇게 말했죠.
What happened after that? Did the rabbit finally come back to make a wish?
나도 몰라요. 여기까지 들려주시더니 나보고 얼른 자라고 하셨거든요.
Artem leans back in his wicker chair, idly playing with the terrace light that had small bugs swirling around it. The night feels aimless, the breeze gentle. Under your expectant gaze, Artem sinks deeper into his childhood memories.
이야기를 들려준 어르신이 다음 날 이어서 말해주겠다고 하셨는데 무슨 일 때문인지 오지 않으셨어요. 어르신께서 이야기는 삶에서 온다고 하셨던 말이 떠올라서 내 나름대로 이해하고 며칠 동안 토끼들을 관찰하러 다녔어요.
Observing rabbits.
네. 느린 토끼 이야기의 실제 주인공을 찾아서 결말을 추측해보려 했는데 결국 실패했어요. 그때는 왠지 정말 중요한 일이라고 느껴져서 글로 써두고 꼭 기억하자고 다짐했어요. 근데 어느새 잊어버리게 되었죠.
Artem's tone softened, gentle enough to make one's heart ache. A sudden sense of duty surges within you. You spring to your feet and rush downstairs to grab the tablet. I'll help you look it up.
괜찮아요. 그때가 지나고 나니 결말은 중요하지 않아졌어요.
Artem raises his hand to block the light for you as the shadows dance in his eyes. Even in the sweltering heat, his gaze remains as clear as a mountain stream.
알다시피 나한텐 흥미로운 이야기 같은 건 없었어요. 대부분 평범하고 단조로운 삶의 반복이었죠. 가끔 재미있는 일이 떠오르면 꼭 당신에게 들려주고 싶어져요.
Even the ordinary days, I want to hear them, as long as they are about you. You lean down and wrap your arms around Artem's shoulders, nestling close to his neck. However, the chair is too small for the two of you. After a moment of shuffling, you obediently return to your seat but keep holding his hand. Do you have any photos from back then? They should have been group pictures from school events.
사진... 생각났어요. 그날 선생님이 실수로 카메라를 떨어뜨려서 사진을 찍지 못했어요.
What a pity. You missed out on such a special memory. You take his hand and draw him closer until your shadows merge under the light. His eyes reflect your image. I want to make it up to you. Let's treat this as our summer vacation together and record every moment of it.
당신과 함께 여름 방학을 보낸다니.
A concept that feels so distant now, yet it seems to quietly stir his thoughts. Artem leans forward, causing the old wooden terrace floor to creak, startling a small gray winged insect hovering between you. His gaze moves past the moth and flickering shadows, landing on you silently. It leaves you feeling a little flustered. Was it a little too childish? Let me rephrase it.
아니요. 난 이게 좋은데요?
He gently eases your doubts with a soft voice, then raises his hand to touch the top of your head. There is a brief pause as if he is checking for your reaction. Seeing that you don't get it, Artem smiles softly and ruffles your hair. Unlike his usual playful or affectionate touches, he is now seriously messing up your hair, looking calm as if he has just handed in a perfect assignment.
우린 지금 삶을 체험하는 중이에요. 유치하다 할 수 없죠.
Huh? The sudden move leaves you stunned for a moment. What's going on? Why? You can only listen blankly to the cricket chirping tirelessly in the flower pot. You know half of your hair is sticking up, while the culprit suddenly rubs his fingers together, watching you with a curious expression. It takes a while before he withdraws his hand and calmly picks up the glass of water. The ice cubes clink against the glass while his sidelong glance lingers on you.
정말 예쁘네요.
You push aside the hair hanging over your forehead, inexplicably feeling as if the galaxy in the sky has dimmed slightly. Maybe it's because all the stars blink at the same time, so you didn't catch anything twinkling in the sky. A serious attorney messes up his fiance's hair and blushes to the tips of his ears. He even grabs your water glass and twists the lid to the wrong way without realizing it. This summer doesn't seem any different from the past. Cicadas chirp from day to night, frogs croak incessantly by the pond, and two snails hide under the banana leaves, lost in their dreams. You reminisce about a similar summer from years ago when you unexpectedly received summer homework. It's like picking up an old photo negative and developing it into tonight's dreams. Farm B&B. The next day, you and Artem pack your bags and head to the Rabbit Interactive Park. Before leaving, you see Artem carrying a camera on a strap around his neck. You quickly grab the instant camera from your suitcase. Let's take the Polaroid camera with us. In addition to the photos we need for the ranch, we can also take some photos as souvenirs. Artem leans against the door frame, waiting for you with a smile. You can't tell what he's smiling so joyfully about.
좋아요. 예전에 못 찍은 사진 이번에 같이 찍어봐요.
Thought we were going to carry a bunch of fresh vegetables to feed the rabbits, but it turns out we're using freeze-dried fruits and vegetables. Actually, combining pet food with freeze-dried fruits and vegetables provides a more balanced nutritional profile and is also easier to store. You can also occasionally feed them some fresh vegetables. When I was doing my summer internship, the teacher took us to the vegetable garden to pick snacks for the rabbits. But back then, we didn't know which vegetables rabbits could eat, so most of the vegetables we picked ended up in our own dinner. I didn't expect something that interesting to have happened during the summer internship. By the way, I remember that the ecological garden here is really large and the variety of vegetables is amazing. If you're interested, we can go and check it out later. Sure. Hey, does that mean we can cook dinner with the vegetables we pick? In that case, we can enjoy a pure and natural healthy dinner. Of course. If after we finish taking pictures of these rabbits, we'll head to the garden. I'll cook dinner tonight so you can think about the menu in advance. Then I'll think carefully. Oh wait, I should focus on finishing the photo task now. Artem, we seem to have taken a really interesting photo. What did you take a picture of? Let me see. Why do I have rabbit ears on my head? Was it because a rabbit was sitting behind me with its ears sticking up when I was posing for the photo, and that's why it looked like they were on my head? Yeah, this picture is so cute. I'm definitely going to keep it. Keep it. Yeah, looking closely at this photo, the lighting and composition are really good. You're a great photographer. Yeah, well, that's because you're the model, so... Hey, how about we take a group photo later and try to get all the rabbits in the picture? Get all the rabbits in the picture. Let me see. Standing from that spot should work. Come on, let's try it. Hey, look at that rabbit. It's still sleeping. It's not eating as eagerly as the others. Could it be that slow rabbit from the story about the rabbit seeking immortality? You mean the one lying under the tree? Probably not. I noticed it was eating happily when I fed it yesterday. Maybe it just has a different routine than the others. Oh, I thought I had found the original. By the way, did the slow rabbit in the story ever find its wish? I believe it will. You seem pretty sure. Yeah, because in my impression, fairy tales always have a happy ending. On the other hand, if we never see the ending, we can always think that all the rabbits have already had their wishes fulfilled. Yeah, the person who created the story might have had the same idea as us and designed the most perfect ending. I'll After recording the information about the newly introduced rabbits, you start enjoying your holiday by playing with the rabbits on the farm for a few days. On the last day of your vacation, you and Artem go to the orchard to pick fruit and prepare some juice. While Artem is off to borrow a juicer, you run back to the room to grab the glasses. You are secretly trying to give him a gift, a continuation of the mountain god story you found on a local folklore forum, which you copied on a sticky note. You plan on hiding it somewhere he won't think to look. But where should I hide the gift? There is a brown notebook on the table with a few items inside. You notice that Artem occasionally takes it out to write something down. I should just put it in his notebook. Just as you're about to give it some thought, you hear a familiar voice coming from the other side of the studio.
기계 빌렸어요. 물병 못 찾았어요? 내가 도와줄까요?
I found it. I'll be right there. You feel a little anxious, quickly folding the note and slipping it between empty pages in the notebook, then grabbing the glasses and heading out to find him. The holiday ends with a chirping of cicadas, and the first day back in Stanley sees Artem being forced to attend a reception. He only has time to inform you of his schedule over the phone. Study. Artem's call comes in while you're sorting through the new books that had been delivered to your home during the holiday. You free up a hand to press the speaker button. As soon as the call connects, you hear a cacophony of noise in the background. There is the sound of a car engine mixed with the sounds of people talking in the background. Are you outside?
네, 방금 식당 건물 앞에 도착했어요. 통화 끝나면 올라갈 생각이에요. 오늘 몇 시에 끝날지 모르겠네요. 나 기다리지 말고 일찍 자요.
I'll wait for you a bit longer, but I'll go to sleep if I'm tired. By the way, the book on the property law that you ordered has arrived. Which shelf should I put it on?
이틀 안에 읽을 거라 그냥 책상 위에 두면 돼요. 지금 서재 정리 중이에요?
Hearing you hum in response, Artem pauses briefly, then walks a few steps to a quieter spot.
그럼 책상 왼쪽에 있는 서랍 한번 확인해 봐요. 거기에 작은 선물이 있어요.
A gift? I'm going to take a look. You put down the book in your hand, open the drawer, and find a familiar brown-covered notebook lying neatly inside. It looks kind of familiar. Could it be what I think it is? You open the first page, and there it is, a photo of you two at the rabbit park. Flipping further, it turns out to be the notebook where you used to stash sticky notes. The story you plan to give him, along with the notebook, ends up back in your hands as a gift. The sound of the drawer sliding open reaches the other end of the call. When you remain silent, Artem starts speaking again.
봤어요? 갈색 노트요. 농장에서 당신이 우리의 휴가를 기록하고 싶다고 했잖아요. 그래서 이 노트를 만들었어요. 원래 사진을 좀 더 붙일 계획이었는데 나중에 우리가 손수 만든 식물 표본도 중요하다고 생각해서 그 뒤에는
A low gentle chuckle comes through the phone. His breath sounds so close that it feels imprinted on your ear.
너무 꽉꽉 채웠더니 예쁘지 않은 선물이 됐어요.
No, it's perfect. Hugging the notebook to your chest, you lean closer to the speaker and respond with a smile. Artem still doesn't know that this gift holds a surprise for him too. During this vacation, you didn't just create memories, you also crafted a funny little misunderstanding. You turn off the speaker and hold the phone to your ear. It's time to share your secret with him, and the bonsai, desk lamp, and shelf full of plush toys aren't allowed to eavesdrop. Well, from afar, you hear someone call out Mr. Wing. Atom lowers the phone and responds softly. When his voice returns, it's clear again, tinged with an apparent trace of reluctance.
얼른 오라며 재촉하네요. 아까 말하려던 게 뭐죠? 듣고 나서 전화 끊을게요.
I was just wondering if you happen to flip further after preparing this gift, because otherwise. Suppressing a laugh, you open the window to the neon light cityscape. Autumn is somewhere in one of those neighborhoods, maybe leaning against a lamppost or a willow tree, listening to you on the phone. While you hesitate over your words, he might be looking up at the night sky, searching for a lit window, hoping to glimpse your silhouette. You'll find the story of a slow rabbit making a wish to the mountain god.
그 이야기 찾았어요?
Yes, come check it out when you get back. Hurry and get home soon after you wrap things up. For a long moment, all you hear is Autumn's steady breathing, just as you're about to check your phone signal. Through the countless skyscrapers, Autumn gazes at the same vibrant night view as you let out a wistful sigh.
좋아요. 집에서 봐요.
After hanging up, you flip through the notebook again. Aside from photos and diary entries that read like bullet points, it's filled with leaves you pick along the way, vegetable juice tin stickers, and even the grass bracelet you made for him. Someone so meticulous in life created such a scattered, detailed record of your time together, unwilling to leave out even the smallest detail. He really remembered so many details. When you see the sticky note, you can't help but laugh. You decide to leave the notebook by the entryway where he'll see it as soon as he gets home. Bedroom. Back in your room, you put on a comedy movie, intending to stay awake. Instead, the noisy dialogue lulls you to sleep. When you regain consciousness, you find yourself wrapped in a light blanket, half embraced by Artem. You're back.
네.
Artem mumbles into your neck before he loosens his grip and lets you fall back into the soft cushions of the sofa. The movie seems to have ended long ago. The piercing blue light on the screen makes you blink. Artem turns off the projection and kneels in front of the sofa, pulling the blanket up over you. For some reason, he insists on tucking in every stray strand of your hair.
왜 소파에서 자고 있어요? 기다리지 말라고 했잖아요.
Even a god waits for the slow rabbit, so I thought I'd wait for you too. But surely the god wouldn't fall asleep while waiting. You reach out to tug on his shirt, intending to complain about the dull movie, but his voice reaches you first.
왜 이렇게까지 이 이야기를 꼭 찾아주고 싶어 한 거예요?
I just want it back. There's no big reason why. You smile at him, but you're so drowsy that the reasons and answers you prepared have drifted away, already lost in a dream. Maybe it's because you want to see him surprised and happy, to loudly declare that his memories are priceless in the heart of someone who loves him. And because childhood memories fade as the years pass, and he's not good at treasuring them, so you want to help him record them piece by piece. There are many reasons, but under tonight's bright stars, you only want to tell him one thing. I like and cherish your seemingly unimportant memories. Among thousands of mundane days, there's a small path you both walk, rain or shine, always lit by the same moon over the eaves of the streets. Autumn leans over silently, and the sweet jacket drop on the table slips on as he moves. You reach out toward the void, trying to catch the jacket, but Autumn presses your arm back.
옷은 신경 쓰지 마요.
He leans in and hugs you, the metal cufflink brushing against your neck. He probably had the air conditioning on low the whole ride, and the journey wasn't short. That's why the metal cufflink feels so cool against your skin. As you rest your head on his arm, you notice that his fingers are just cold, but there's a flavor in his kiss that you can't quite decipher.
당신도 말해줘요. 여름 방학 때 있었던 이야기요. 방학 때 뭐였어요? 숙제는 한꺼번에 끝냈나요? 아니면 노는 게 먼저였어요? 항상 방학은 즐겁게 보냈나요? 아니면 속상했던 적도 있어요? 아니면 이번 여름은 어땠는지 말해줘도 좋아요. 내 추억 속 여름은 항상 길었거든요. 들려줄 이야기가 많을 것 같아요.
Artem keeps asking questions as if opening a private radio channel between you two where you're each other's only listener. You lean into the sofa, leaving a spot open and signaling him to sit beside you. There are so many stories to tell. Sit a little closer and I'll slowly recount them for you.
좋아요. 밤은 기니까 천천히 말해봐요.
Artem moves closer as you suggested. Half of your consciousness lingers in a hazy dream, and an old memory slowly surfaces. There was one summer. It's a summer just as scorching as this year, with the heat lingering until late into the night. The starry sky hangs outside the window, and if you push it open, you can faintly hear the cicadas chirping. But then you didn't know that you'd have someone by your side one day, persistently wanting to hear your stories. You hadn't recorded any of them seriously in the past, hence your memories of that summer are fragmented at best. But you know he'll embrace those unpolished, less than vivid stories. Every piece of your emotions will be received with the gentlest acceptance. The countless days and nights you've each lived through alone will turn into quiet nights where you can both share them with one another, where you can slowly share your stories with him.